Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. So I'm so happy to start this year with you all, with this meeting. So thank you so much for being here. I have just some information to share with you all. So first of all, thank you for mute your microphone. So to keep your microphone mute in order to use the microphone of our guests today. And but of course you can use the chat if you have any question and if you have everything to ask also later at the end of the meeting. And we have a special request for you. So if you can turn on your video, we would like to see your smiling faces and maybe to take a picture later to share it with on our social and everything. So thank you. If you can, you are more than welcome. It's very appreciated. And if you want to use the chat also to introduce yourself, your name, where are you from, where are you right now? And also, if you want, you can also rename your Zoom user by inserting your name, your Enactus team. So we can share with our guests all of the universities that are here today with us. And I think that this is everything, or these are the most important information. The other thing is that we are going to record this presentation so we can share later it with you. And just let me say that introduce myself, but I think that I know everyone. I already knew everyone. So my name is Francesca Chiesa. I am the program manager for Enactus Italia. And today I am here with you with Marta Bertolai, the country leader of Enactus Italia.
Ciao.
And we are here to introduce you our new partner.
Francesca, you're muted.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that we are here, of course, with Step Tech Park. So with Virginia, Loredana, and Franco.
Nice to meet you. And welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
So if you want Marta to say hello and say something to introduce yourself to the students.
Of course, thank you, Francesca. So first of all, thank you for being here. I'm very glad to see some smiling faces because I don't see all of the cameras activated, which is a pity because at the end we would like to take a picture. And so it would be nice like being in an audience, try to pretend to be in a big theater, for example, and so we're all watching each other. So I am, as Francesca said, the country leader of Enactus Italy, and I know some of you. I can now see more faces. Thank you. And I don't know others, so that's why I wanted to introduce myself to you. So basically, it's not the title, that makes a difference. And if you say country leader, it sounds like, oh my God, who is this girl? Actually, we are at the same level, okay? I am the country director and Francesca is a program manager, and we work closely together. So we very linked, and we have this kind of leadership that means for us to work closely with you guys and with the teams. So as I told you, I know many of you, and I would like to know even all of the others. So welcome to the new universities, welcome to the old universities, and I think that this is a very good start, and thanks especially to STEP for this opportunity. A special thanks goes to Virginia, because as I always say, this is kind of the closing of a circle, you know. So you start your experience with Enactus, and then basically you bring your experience to your new job. Okay, so this is what we are trying to do. So thank you for Virginia for this opportunity, and we already launched this opportunity to the kickoff event, and so we are glad to show you what we are going to do together. So welcome everybody, and good job for everything you will do.
Thank you, Marta. So hello everybody. I'm Virginia, and I'm really happy to be here today. As Marta and Francesca have already anticipated, I'm an alumna in Enactus. I used to be in Enactus Trento. So I'm very proud of this partnership, because I have strongly wanted this partnership between STEP and Enactus. I'll tell you something before starting presenting the challenge. When I arrived in Trento a few years ago, it's 4 years now, I was starting my master degree in Trento, and there were a lot of opportunities actually in the university, a lot of organization and association for students. I must admit that I really, I strongly believe that Enactus at the time was the association I was meant to join, and I felt it. And this is what actually happened to me 4 years later when I saw a job advertisement on LinkedIn that was STEP jobs advertisement, and I felt the same sense of belonging before joining the team. So just to say that I think that motivation is truly an amazing engine that drives human being to do extraordinary things. And this is something I think have in common both Enactus and STEP. Today I'm here with Loredana and Franco. Do you want to present yourself?
I'm Loredana, I'm the business developer of STEP, but I don't want to spend time about me, because Virginia has already presented our organization, and we want to save the planet. So we have a mission in common, and I prefer to leave time to Virginia to explain our challenge. So good job to everyone, and we hope to have lots of projects about the climate action. So thank you so much to everyone.
Okay, good. So I'll start sharing my screen. Can you see it? Right? Yeah. Okay. So today we are here to present the Greenhouse Gases Challenge. This is the challenge we thought for you. Okay. But before, we need to present STEP. So STEP is an innovation hub, which is in Italy. We are the first innovation hub in Italy that has a specific goal, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. We want to reduce 5 million tons of CO2 emissions in 5 years. How do we do that? By helping, of course, startups, academics, innovative SMEs, companies, and today also some Enactus team to develop high-tech projects. So we are in Treviglio. This is our park. We offer co-working spaces and also a laboratory. We call it the STEP Lab, where it is possible to model ideas, prototype them, test them, and make innovative and, of course, sustainable products. This is our corporate network. we have a different approach compared to other accelerators. In fact, we strongly believe that the perfect combination is the combination between startup and companies. And we see the companies as the first clients of startups. So we have a very strong industrial and also commercial approach with startup. Okay, now we can start with the challenge. Of course, before starting, I would just like to say that if you want to know more about STEP, we have all the social medias, so LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. If you would like to start following us, we will be very happy. Okay, the challenge. So you might know what are greenhouse gases, right? So they contribute to climate change because those gases absorb the infrared radiation. There is someone who wants to join, sorry. Okay, so those gases absorb the infrared radiation and don't permit them to, they trap the emissions and they don't permit them to escape. So this is why the earth actually is heating up. Okay, so of course, all the different sectors have a specific carbon footprint, and these help us understanding how much each sector actually emits in terms of CO2 emissions. Of course, as you can imagine, the energy sector is the one that emits the most, but also transport, buildings, and other industry also contributes to CO2 emissions. How it is possible to understand the contribution of each sector? Basically, there is a measurement that is called the carbon footprint that can be done in order to understand how much each sector contributes to CO2 emission. The carbon footprint may be done also to understand the CO2 emission of individuals. So each one of us has a specific carbon footprint. You could perhaps go to the WWF website to understand your average carbon footprint, but also organization, events, and projects have their own carbon footprint, and you can actually calculate it. So here you go. The carbon footprint may be important for two reasons. You can understand where you have to improve, and of course, to compare the performance with your competitors. Okay, so we are launching this challenge. You might be a bit confused now, but I'm pretty sure that by the end of the presentation, you will have some clear ideas. And of course, just to tell you that you will have all the materials you need to understand it better. So there is a PDF presentation where you can find everything. And also I'll share with you my contact. So if you have some doubts, you can call me or email me in the following days. So as you have understand so far, actually every single sector is an emittent of CO2. So your idea, the idea you would like to present in this challenge may belong to any single sector. So the energy sector, the mobility sector, also the waste sector, but not only those sectors, but also, for example, the fashion sector or the food sector. So any single sector. Let's just make an example. So consider a sustainable mobility app that rewards the virtuous behavior of those individuals who use green vehicles to move. Starting from the vehicle, the app focuses on advanced marketing tools and gamification to encourage and reward users and companies. Employees will travel more by bike for a daily commuting. So this is actually an idea that could be present for the greenhouse gases challenge. So the point is, how does this idea contribute in reducing CO2 emissions? It's simple, because it rewards the virtuous behavior of individuals that will choose the bicycle instead of the car, for example. And this is a way to reduce emissions. Okay, of course, when are we talking about carbon footprint, we need to consider the CO2 emission of the application, of the single application, but also we should consider the market in which the solution will be applied. So you might know this framework. It's called the TAM SAM framework. The economists among you perhaps know the framework, but just to recall it, the TAM is the total addressable market. So it's the market spread throughout the world. So it's the worldwide demand for a specific product or service. Then there is the SAM. The SAM is the served available market. It's the concrete opportunity in the existing market. So it's actually the part of the TAM that could be reached considering also the geographical factor. So for example, is the part of the TAM just considering Italy or just considering your region. Finally, the SOM is the serviceable and obtainable market. And this is actually a bit more complicated to calculate because it relies on internal data. It is actually the market that will be reached once the project will be launched. And of course, you need internal data. So perhaps some surveys or data gathered by a landing page, something like that. Okay, then once you have the idea of the single application and of the market, you could actually calculate the impact of your solution, of your project. This might seem a bit difficult, but actually it's pretty simple. I'll give you the example is actually on the Word you will have, so you can read it. And if you have some question or doubts, we could do another call, and we could, for example, explain you better how to calculate this impact. Okay, so the mentorship program. All the teams that will join this challenge will follow a mentorship path from starting in March and ending in June. You will have the mentor available 2 hours per month. That can be in a single session, but also split in multiple sessions. Those 2 hours are the minimum. I'm pretty sure that the mentors will be available for a bit more time than 2 hours per month, which are the, let's say, goals that you will need to achieve with the mentors. You will have to consolidate your business model, so the business model of the project, analyze the project critical issue, and hypothesize some ways, perhaps innovative ways to solve them. Also analyzing the market, the competitors, and the project traction. Then evaluate the project alignment with the challenge, so the final goal of reducing CO2 emissions. And finally, improve the pitch for the final presentation. Of course, will be happy to help you. We as a STEP team, me in particular, I'm in charge of this collaboration with Enactus. But here you can see our team. There is Franco, there is Loredana that you've just met. There's also Pierre. He's our technical engineer. He would probably help you with the calculation if you have some problems. There is also Daniele. He's our marketing manager. You will deal with him if you win, and I'll explain later why. And finally, there is Donatella. She's our business developer. Maybe she's the one that you will see less, but just to know that there she is also. Okay, so I told you about the mentorship path that you could follow during the challenge starting from March, ending in June. Those are some of our mentors that might be coupled with you, with the Enactus team. They are very heterogeneous. Actually, there are some professors, there are some businessmen, companies men. There is someone working in the innovation field. So actually, they are very heterogeneous. So I'm pretty sure that we will find the perfect match for your project. Okay, here there is the roadmap. So today, the 22nd of January, we are launching the challenge. We would need the application filled by the end of February, so by the 28th of February. Then in a moment, I'll show you the application form and everything. Then before March 14, we will try to match you with the mentor. Finally, you will follow the mentorship path, as I said before, from March until June. And of course, in June, during the national competition on the 17th, there will be the award ceremony for this challenge. And then starting from July, you could, the team that will win could actually use the reward. Okay, so the application form. This has to be sent to me and Francesca by the end of February. Please rename the objective of the mail as greenhouse gas challenge and the name of the Enactus team, so your university. So maybe Enactus Trento, for example. Okay, so you see,
Gina, just
yes?
one question, sorry. Is it the 28th of March or February? Because on the slide that there's
I'm sorry,
March,
it's February.
It's
yeah,
February.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Wrong. Thank you. No, of course, it's the 28th of February. Because you would need to be matched then with the mentors and you will follow the mentorship path. Okay, so the application form, you will need to fill it with the name of the Enactus team, the name of the project, and a brief description of the project. An example might be the mobility app you've seen before. So in the description, we need to understand what is the project and also how it's going to reduce the CO2 emissions. Then you need to fill this box, this table with the name, your surname, the university, the faculty. So if you belong to an economical faculty or engineer, whatever, and the role in the team or in the project. And finally, of course, you need to explain better why your solution might have a positive impact in terms of CO2 emissions here in the last box. Okay, so just something about the evaluation parameters. We will take into account 3 parameters. First of all, the impact, which of course is the most important thing for us. So the reduction potential of the single application, but also according to the market, as I said before, because it depends also to the market. Then the innovation, so the degree of innovation and the business potential of the solution you are launching. So the level of innovation and also the market potential of the solution. And finally, the team. So we will, of course, evaluate the completeness, the heterogeneity of the team, but most important, we will evaluate the commitment of the team. And in particular, the mentor will evaluate the commitment of the team. So by the end of the mentorship path, the mentor will have to fill an evaluation matrix from each side in order to evaluate your commitment. So this is actually very important for us. Okay, the most important thing, so the reward, the team that will win in June will have access to a mentorship program again, but this is gonna be, I mean, faster and also heavier. So 6 hours per month for 2 months. Then an interview with the team that will be posted on our blog, Step blog, and on our social medias, so on LinkedIn, and also will be promoted on our newsletter. Then you will have access to Step Network, and also including, you know, our industrial partners that I've shown you before, and our Green Apps Network. Finally, you will have access to our pitch days with corporates and also venture capital. And finally, you will have access to our webinar and scientific dissemination events. So I think this is the last slide, if I'm not wrong. Yes. Of course, if you have some question, we are here for you to answer to the question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shane from Enactus Italian. Can you please go back to the timeline?
Yeah. Which slide?
The timeline with the months on,
yeah.
like the deadlines. Yeah, the timeline.
Here you go.
Yeah. So basically, so you said that since we were going to be evaluated as well as a team, so first we will give out our application, but then you will already start selecting us, or every team will be, I don't know, somehow selected and will be given to 2-hour mentorship, or not?
I mean, every team will be selected. So every Enactus team can join the challenge, actually. Of course, you need to propose a project that is able to reduce at least a bit of carbon, you know, emissions.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only request.
Okay, so like for the first part that will happen, and then after that, we then will be the second part, which is if we win for, let's say, then the mentorship.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Correct. Some other questions?
I have a question.
Hi, Ant.
Hello. So
Go
my
ahead.
question is, does our project have to be located in the region of Italy or implemented in only Italy, or can it be implemented globally or in some other country?
Okay. Of course, it can be implemented globally. We actually work also with startups that are not Italian. That are in Europe, perhaps, or even in Turkey. So actually, we don't care about where the project belongs. We just care about the emissions, because at the end, the worldwide emissions, you know, are worldwide. So we're not a single system.
Yes, and another thing is if the team is near Milan or Bergamo, there's the possibility to use our offices and our spaces. We have a lab in which the teams can work and can have some support from our technical engineers, but it's just something more for the teams who are near our site.
Are the labs open even in the quarantine conditions?
Yes.
Yeah. May we then know the location?
What, you want to know the location of the accelerator?
Yes, if there's a possibility to maybe
it's
leave a
Treviglio.
link. Treviglio.
It's near Milan.
Thanks.
20 minutes by train from Milan. Yeah. Some other questions?
Yes, I have a question. Okay. Sorry, I use my mobile, so that's why I didn't open my camera. I'm Ali from Enactus Padova. And my question regarding the type of the project, because here we can see that you said like a technical engineers and something like this. So it's a project like on the papers, scratches, and more about business models, etc. Or we have also some kind of output, and you are waiting some kind of some change at the result as a result. Maybe for a small factory, or maybe for a small prototype, or it's still on paper, business model, presentation. Regarding also the situation right now, that we probably it's hard to move to have some kind of effect. So what you are expecting at the end of the project or the output?
Okay, of course we know that you can't launch a project in few months. We know that, so we don't expect the end of the launch of the project. We expect a very clear business model. Yes, by the end of June, it is quite important. If there is also a product, we might expect a prototype. We might be able to help you, but not a real product. And this is it, basically. We will, of course, as I said before, evaluate, first of all, the potential impact and its potential. So it doesn't have to be tomorrow. It might be in few months. For me, at least, the very important thing is the business model and the roadmap. So you, by the end of June, you need to have very clear the roadmap of your project. So what you're going to do in how many months, the activities you need to do to reach some goals, and so on.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Someone else? Okay.
If I can add just one thing, I'm Francesca. Oh, sorry. I just want to say that during the national competition, there will be some step judges, let's say, some of the mentors that are going to participate to the mentorship program. And so the idea is that the evaluation is going to be based on your presentation at the national competition. And this is why we are, and STEP is focused on what the things that are also important for Enactus, for your presentation at the national competition. So the potential, but of course the business model. And as Virginia used to be part of Enactus, she knows that it is not so easy to present something in a few months at the national competition. But the idea is that we are looking for something that more concrete as possible. And so this is just to add this thing to to the presentation. Yes.
Sorry, but can I just ask again something to clarify? Because you said, Francesca, that in the national competition and you mix with the STEP and the national competition. So does that mean we have only one project, or each team has a project for the national competition as usual, and the STEP is an extra project, right? I understand it right?
No, I'm sorry. No. The project that you are going to present at the national competition, it is supposed to be the project that you also applied, that you also presented to the this challenge. If you want at the national competition, you can present more than this particular project, because as you know, you have the faculty to arrive at the national competition with more than one project. If you want to add something more about the particular project that you want to apply to the STEP challenge, to the greenhouse gas challenge, you can maybe add some information. So maybe we can work on this. We can add this aspect to the competition dedicated and to STEP. I don't know, Virginia, what do you think about this opportunity? So we can ask to the teams to add more information, extra information dedicated to the STEP challenge. But the idea is that we have judges, STEP judges at the national competition dedicated to evaluate teams for the national competition, but also in particular evaluate the teams that are that have applied to the STEP challenge.
Yeah. As I said before, we have a very concrete approach. So we are not asking you to ideate and develop more than one project. That would be very wrong according to our approach, because of course you would need more resources. So as every single national competition, you might present one or more than one project, but this is according to the resources you have internally on your team.
Exactly, but the idea is that we are right now attached with only SDG, like the one with the environment. So the national competition will focus on this. This is so clear that also the mentors or the judges will be also from STEP. So mainly we will focus on this kind of project, only STEP, because it's, all of us, I think it's hard to have two full projects, one for STEP and one for the national competition. So mainly that the national competition and STEP are both the same, and we are preparing a large project for both, right? To just clarify that I understand it correct.
I mean, a project might have more than one impact, actually. Sometimes a project have an environmental impact, but also a social impact. The SDGs framework is actually very big. So I'm pretty sure that usually one project touches at least more than 4 SDGs. This is my experience, according to my experience, at least. So I'm just saying that actually it is not true that if a project focuses on environmental impact, it might also, of course, have other impacts, so social impacts, and economical impacts also. So is it now clear?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Of course, if you have some doubts in the following days, and you want to, tell me what you're working on already, just to understand if there is already an impact on the carbon footprint, on the carbon emissions, just email me and I'll tell you if the project you're working on already might be presented for the challenge, for example.
This would be perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So
good.
yes. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you again.
No problem. So, okay, this is the STEP email, the hello STEP Tech Park. My email is actually similar to that. It's my name, dot my surname, and then what?
If you want to write in the chat, Virginia, it's better maybe.
That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I need to stop sharing the screen.
I can write.
Leave you my email. Okay. Do you want to say something? Impression, even if you don't have questions? You want to say something? Francesca, Dario, I don't know. Are you happy? Would you like to join the challenge?
Yes, it's going to be quite hard to find an idea in 1 month, but we will try, of course.
Good.
Great, Francesca.
As I said before, it might be that some project you're already working on have an impact on carbon emissions. So try to email me and I'll tell you if there is, and if it's enough, good. Is there someone from Enactus Trento? Just to know? No?
Yes, we are two. There is me and where is she? Oh, she disappeared. Maybe she had connection problems.
Okay.
Yes, there was Leah, I think.
Okay, guys.
Basically, Virginia, basically it's like the COVID challenge that we run this year on a worldwide during the World Cup. I mean, so the students could present, could create a brand new project due to COVID, or work on new impacts on pre-existing projects. So basically they can even follow the same rules, So, and of course, contacting you and asking if it's okay, but basically they can start from an existing project and then maybe giving impacts on the this aspect, right? Correct?
Yeah, of course. And I can help them understand how to switch a bit the project in order to impact also on the environment.
Yes, I think that this kind of help would be really appreciated.
I'm available.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we were having a board meeting just before, like at 2 o'clock, and I said, and I announced the new partnership to the board members, and I said, there are kind of contributions like a big corporate, but what really gives value to Enactus are these kind of opportunities. So I'm really thrilled about this challenge, and I think that we will create something impactful. So go guys, and really try to do that because we are really waiting for new opportunities like this, and this is the first big one. So take this opportunity to make the difference.
Thank you so much, Marta. Thank you so much. We are agree. We need lots of projects to have an impact in the climate change. and to save the environment. So
exactly.
We are waiting for you guys.
Okay, so I will ask Francesca to share with you this presentation so you could have it, share with the team. Also, Francesca will send you the Word with all the information, okay?
Yeah.
And then the application form.
Yes, sure.
So you can fill it by the end of February. Okay, and we are available if you have questions in the following days. Just contact me, and we will find a way to, you know, make your project more green. No problem.
Yes, thank you so much, Virginia, Loredana, and Franco, for this opportunity. As Marta said, we are thrilled about this, and we are sure that this could be a great help for you to go on with your ideas and everything, and to start with your ideas, because as you know, there are some teams that are starting now in Enactus. And so thank you so much. I'm going to take a picture because everyone is on now, so it's almost perfect. So thank you.
Tolgo la chioma. Okay.
When you are
ready.
Ready, go.
Okay.
Thank you. I think that, yes, yeah, I've done. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And
have a nice weekend.
Yes, and thank you to Enactus, Marta and Francesca for this opportunity.
Of course.
You too, Steph. Thank you to the students that participated. Have a very nice weekend in the red zone here.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.